Well, welcome to Old City, Chiang Mai, Thailand. Now, Old City is considered inside the moat. I am just across the moat, so I still consider myself Old City because I'm a stone throw away. And I'm in the northeast corner of the moat, which is called Chiang. And this is my little dog, which I brought with me from the United States. That's Levy. He's a half Bichon, half Maltese. And he's been here on my adventure in Thailand. And this is my one-bedroom apartment. A one-bedroom apartment is different from a studio because the bed is not in the same room as your living space. So this is my living room area, which is quite roomy and quite comfortable. Most of this furniture was here when I rented. That's one thing about Thailand. You don't have to buy furniture. Most apartments have some furnishings. Now I have added to it. They happen to have given me 2 couches, which is nice. I have more space for guests. I did purchase this piece from a store here called Index Living, which is kind of like if you're American, it's kind of like a linens and things place that has some furniture. This is a very Thai style that you'll see a lot of in Thailand. And floors are tiled probably about 95% of the time, which is a great, easy maintenance and cool. And this is my kitchen, which is rather large for Thailand. It's much bigger than most apartments. It's very common just to have a dual electric burner and a microwave and a refrigerator. You don't have ovens here unless, most likely, if a Farang, which is a foreigner, and that's what I call myself. I call myself Madame Farang, and which means I am an older woman that is from another country. I do like to cook a little bit, so I do more cooking than most people, but that has to do with my diet. I want to keep a low cholesterol diet, and I enjoy it. But it is more economical to eat out here in Thailand than to eat at home, because by the time you buy and you pay for the electric that costs to run the stove, you're spending more money than you would if you bought takeout or you sat inside of a restaurant here in Thailand. And this is a little extra counter space. I use it as an extension of my counter space from the kitchen because I like to keep more working space on my kitchen side. So I keep a lot of my utensils, some of my rice and my herbs and stuff. I keep them locked up in plastic because you don't want ants getting in them. And of course, it's a drop space too for when you come into the house. Of course, my dog's leash and stuff. And I keep a little bit of netting there at my doorway just to kind of keep the majority of the bugs out. So that's kitchen-wise. And now bathrooms. I did not want a wet room. This might have been originally a wet room because I see a lip here, a little wall like here at the doorway jam. That's to keep the water inside the bathroom. So it could have originally, most likely, was a wet room at one time, but they added on this partition, which keeps the water from splashing out into the rest of the room. So I prefer that. I don't like a wet room. I don't like everything to get soaked and wet from your shower. But it's well ventilated and it works out for me perfectly. I keep a vinegar bath. That's a foot bath for my dog. Every time he comes in from the street, he goes into the vinegar bath. There's a little bit of soap in that, very little, mostly vinegar. And here in Thailand, you must understand, 99% of the time you have to put your trash, your toilet paper, into a trash bin, not flush it, because the system here just cannot take care of the paper waste in a toilet. It will clog the system. So that is a good thing to know when you visit or live in Thailand. Of course, I have a nice fan, helps keep things cool in the hot months. Right now we are in the cool months, which is a marvelous time of the year, which usually starts, can be the end of November, but more likely the middle of December, and right through, hopefully through February. So this is my bedroom, and that is a king-size bed. Kind of a lot for just one person, but it's fine. Another thing about living here is that you're going to find that a lot of their beds are extremely hard. Not firm, hard. So a lot of us foreigners who are not used to that, we buy what we call a mattress cover, and it's about this thick here on top of my mattress. It sits on top of my mattress, and it's an extra cushion to help alleviate that hardness. And that works out pretty good. And almost all the furniture here, those two pieces, the end pieces, the bed, of course, the couches, the end tables, the coffee table, the little teak dining table, another couch. These were furnished with the room, so that is part of the rent. Everything else I purchased myself. I bought my patio furniture, balcony. But another nice thing here is I've got a really nice balcony. If you like to do potted plants, this is lovely, and it's quite large. It goes right down past, that's in front of the bathroom there. And I enjoy the plants. I also put up this windbreak. It helps shade from the morning sun, and it gives me a little privacy from the residents across the street. And if you look across the street here, you're going to see similar buildings to mine, except mine is about two of those put together. Now this one over here has been renovated and made into an apartment house. These are not, no, they are not. This one definitely is not occupied. This one is slightly occupied, but has not been renovated. This is a street, just goes down there a little further than what we can see, and that's the Moat Road out there. So that's how close I am to Old City. And it's a very mixed neighborhood of Thai people and Farangs. Most of us Farangs live in these renovated apartment houses. I am on the second floor. There are two apartments below me on the first floor and the ground floor. But I have the first balcony. And then there's two above me that have balconies also.